So each semester I do a demonstration on how to build a simple website using a tool that I prefer to use called Weebly. Weebly is similar to Squarespace. You may have heard of it. If you've built a website, great. If you've never built a website, the purpose of this is to kind of show you how easy it is to set something up. As we discuss social media marketing, one of the types of media, as you may recall, is owned media. Your website is an example of owned media that you can drive traffic to control your message, collect data, try and sell something, and so on and so on. There's no assignment attached to this demo. It's just simply me showing you how easy doing something like this is. Similar to Canva, everything here is template based. So when you start a new Weebly account and you log in for the first time, you can choose create a new site. And you can easily set up an online website over here. It syncs to your bank account. It's so easy. 10 years ago when I would build an online a store, an e-commerce website for a client, it would take lots of time, it would cost lots of money, and now that's not necessarily the case. However, for this, I'm just going to build a regular website. Now, be aware that if you just need a regular website and you want to activate the e-commerce part of it later, you can always do that. So this is not an end-all be-all decision. So I'm starting my website, and it's taking me to a list of themes or templates that I can customize. These are all responsive, meaning that they will reformat for a mobile device. So choose something that you like, something that represents you the best. They have it categorized up here. What I'm looking for is I'm going to start a restaurant or something like that. So let's find something that looks good for a restaurant. You can scroll through and find what resonates best with you. This one works for me, I think. Oh, maybe not. Let's do something a little bit simpler that doesn't have the logo on the back end. Here you go. This is a simple one that I'm going to use, and I'm going to hit Start Editing, creating your site. So you can select a domain name and register everything through Weebly. I do not recommend that you do that. Use a Google Domains or a GoDaddy to register your domain, and then you can point your domain records for your website over here to Weebly. I'm going to start a restaurant or a wine bar called Cafe Nino. So I'm going to say cafenino.com and hit enter. Again, I don't want to buy a domain here. I'm looking for a subdomain. So let's go Cafe Nino Ventura. See what happens here. This is available. I'm going to build this here because I'm not going to pay for this. In order to get the branding from Weebly off of your website, you're going to have to pay for that. And I'm not really ready to do that right now. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to roll over here and I'm going to upload my logo. I've created something on Canva like you all have done in the past. And I like this because it looks kind of like a stain from a wine glass. Open. There it is. Now, I can look at the pages here and decide what I want to call these. You know, your common websites are going to have a home, about, services, portfolio, contact. They lay it out and make it pretty simple for you. However, for me, since this is a restaurant, I might want to change services to say menu. And at least for the time being, I'm going to turn the portfolio off. So you can take a page and simply click this button here that says hide navigation, and it'll go away from your navigation menu. It'll still be built. You can go back and populate it later. Now, when you're actually building out the pages on your website, you're going to be in this build tab up here, and here's all of your elements that you can choose over here on the right. And by elements, I mean you can literally drag stuff in, right? So you can take a title, which is big text, and drag it on in. Or I can take a regular text box and drag it in. Or a photo, or a gallery of photos, or a slideshow, or a map. This connects to Google, so it's a Google map. Or a contact form, or a newsletter form, and so on, and so on, and so on. What would be a nice thing to have here? Let's edit background. So I can replace the background image with an image of my own that I own, or I can use one of their stock photos. I encourage you to look at their stock photos that are pre-built in, and if you don't like anything here, you can always go back to that resource that I shared with you before called Pixabay and choose one from there. So I'm going to look for something that represents some sort of a restaurant. There's a number of photos in here that resonate with me. This looks like it could be nice, like from a wine bar. That's pretty fancy. And usually when I have a background photo that has text on top of it, I like to make it dark. So let's go 50% dark. You'll see that it's darker. And it makes it a little bit easier to read this text up front. So we'll just, in order to change something, you just literally click on it. Cafe Nino is Ventura's hottest, if I can spell, new wine bar. And then if I don't like one of the elements here, I can just X it out. So as I scroll down, again, maybe what I want to do here is have people contact us, right? Or maybe there's a button, and I can drag this button over here, and you can choose different styles. Gray or black are apparently my only choices here, so I'll stay with that. What do I want this to say? Maybe I want to say reservations, and maybe it goes to a standard page on my website, like the contact page, and on the contact page I can put a form that will collect information. So again here, there's lots of things that I can do. I would recommend adding more information about your restaurant. I'm not going to waste too much time doing this with you, but I can say something here like, our wine menu features locally sourced collections, something like that. Type in here, choose photos, replace photos, whatever you want to do. For the sake of this course, I'm not really going to do much more on this. On the menu, this is pretty nice. So say I don't want this header at the top. Okay, it says no header. I don't like the way this looks at all. I'm going to delete this. Delete. And if I go to build, there's a great little feature here that's called sections. So I'm going to drag this section in. And when you drag a new section in, this is a new vertical chunk or a new section. So what I like to do here is for a restaurant, it gives you different layouts that you can look at. You can go with the gallery or a contact page type. But if I go to menu, it's already got menus that are pre-formatted for me. So what do I have? Do I have something that's cursive and fun, or something with a photo in the background? For me, I'm thinking this is a little bit more elegant, so I can go with, say, this type of one. and I'll just save this, and then from here I can just start customizing these things for myself. But again, I'm not going to spend too much time. That's something that you guys can do. On the contact page, again, they've already got something pre-built for you right here. If I wanted something else, I could drag a section in, choose something else, but this form is already ready to go, and I can just change here, you know, fill out form to make reservations. Because remember, I have that reservations button is going to link over here. And you've already got these social media icons built in, right? So I can have a link that goes to my Facebook page, and I can have a link that goes to my Instagram page or my Twitter page or whatever else it is that you want to do. For those of you that maybe have, if we come back to the home page, for those of you that maybe have video content hosted or sitting on YouTube, one thing that you can do here is find this YouTube link and bring it over here, and then you can copy and paste a URL here. What would be an example of something on YouTube that I could copy and paste over? You can really copy and paste anything. So let's say wine bar. Again, this isn't going to be mine, but just for fun, maybe this is mine. I can click the share button here, copy it, come back over to my website, paste it in there, and then it will automatically be loaded and ready to play. You've also got, for those of you that know a little bit about code, you've got this embed code little thing, so you can capture a snippet of code from somewhere. So say you do have a restaurant and you've got, what is it, one table or one of these reservation taking platforms, you can copy and paste a source code in here and make the reservations directly through their platform. Or if you've got, say, a MailChimp email campaign going, you can copy and paste some text for a form that were automatically populated. Lots of tools that you can go through. I recommend that you check it out. When you're done, you're going to hit this publish button. And then you publish, and you can click on that link, and you can see that I now have a website with my logo, all of the content, including my video that I have in here. If I click on this reservations button, it takes me to this contact page. Again, the information here has not been updated. You'll need to update this with your own menu. Here it is. There's my menu. I still need to mess with. Keep looking at other things here. You can change your theme here if you want to change your theme. You can change fonts and colors all through here. See, look down, navigation menu, paragraph titles, paragraph text, buttons, colors, etc., etc. If you wanted to activate the store, you can do it so here. Again, it's super easy to do. You've got apps, which are add-ons that you can use. You can go social. You can boost traffic. You can add a calendar. You can add all sorts of things here, which are fun. And then you've got this settings, where you're probably going to come in here and want to change your site title, for one thing, to Cafe Nino from the theme. And you've got all sorts of other SSL certifications, favicons. You can invite other members and editors in. You can manage your SEO on the back end here. There is just a ton of things that you can do. I recommend that you explore. If you have any specific questions, please reach out. Each semester, I continuously help students build out their websites so that they're more ready than they were before to present their brands to the world. So again, start at Weebly.com, create a new account, give it a shot, start playing around. The best way to